Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sawmill Forestry Roundtable. Tonight, we have a couple of guests with us. We have Craig Quilter, who is a full-time sawyer. He operates two Wood-Mizer mills, a LT50 and a LT40, and both of those are wide, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then we have John Faber with us. He's from Hud-son Forest Equipment. John has been around sawmills his whole life. He knows a lot about just about every kind of mill there is out there. So he is full of all kinds of knowledge. So we'd like to hear all kinds of questions. All right, guys, we're going to get started. Tonight's topic is the hazards of felling trees and getting logs out to the mill. And I'm going to throw the question out there real quick to our people. Anybody have a problem felling trees besides us in their life?
Felling trees? Yeah, there's probably.
Occasionally.
Our trees have a bad habit of hanging up in other trees.
Yep. I probably got 4 videos on there of in the Adirondacks hanging up trees, just one after another.
Big maples, right, John?
Why don't you cut the ones they're hanging up in first?
Yeah, but those it's in the logging woods, and they don't want to. We're not logging the woods; we're just cutting it for firewood.
Yeah.
They don't want to cut those ones that are hanging it up. We're going to try to leave those, and it never ends up on the ground. And we dropped one on a sawmill shed while we were up there too, on their family sawmill shed.
You got a video?
The aftermath is on video, but it going on the I had all the cameras facing the other way, and it went right on the sawmill shed, and it didn't get a shot of. It crushed it.
So
Seems like every time we drop a tree, there's a yellow birch within 100 yards of it that reaches out and grabs it.
Mm-hmm.
So we ought to stick to one thing we know then.
What's that?
Milling.
Do we really know?
Well, maybe half of it anyway. Let somebody else fell them.
Well, Steve, you're training a new worker, aren't you? A new helper?
Nah, he's just a neighbor. He loves playing, but he loves doing it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe you get one of his own one day.
He's retired and he ain't got nothing else to do.
Well, good
That's
for
the
him.
best kind.
Yep.
That's the
I
best
need one of
kind.
those.
So when you guys are hanging up them trees, all the time, what are you looking at before you fell them?
Oh, you're crashing, John. John Faber is crashing. Or
John,
has already crashed.
You're stuck.
Yep.
Try it again. Try it again, John.
Just trying to
So
go
Rick,
off
I said
on.
when you fell in the
hot spot.
trees.
So, Rick, are you
before
guys
fell the trees, are you looking for a clear zone?
Yes.
What's that?
He said when you're dropping trees, are you looking for a clear zone?
Well, yeah, kind of, but there is no clear zones in some spots. You just hope the tree gets enough momentum to push its way through the other trees.
That's the same problem I have.
Absolutely.
The
The
density.
yellow birch is pretty bad.
Yeah, yellow birch is the one that
The yellow
grabs
birch
them.
has a lot of small limbs on it.
Are a lot of your trees already limb bound before you're falling them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like swamp, dense areas, where, especially with the hemlocks or the pines.
Well, the positive thing is there's a bunch of trees.
That's true. But sometimes you got to cut 3 just to get one down.
But you've watched some of our videos, you see some of the barber chairs we get when we're trying to get the trees that are hung up in out of the way.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know how I haven't been flung off in the woods yet.
You got to be careful, certainly.
Yeah. I've had a couple trees chase me through the woods. I think everybody's had that experience.
Yeah.
Yep. John says he's
Haven't-
trying to
haven't
run
got
off a
many.
hotspot on his cell phone because he don't have Wi-Fi out there.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work for that.
Well, he's
That
working
won't be
on it.
enough. That won't be enough, probably.
John, if you
Gary?
have to, you can come in through your cell phone. You don't have to be on a computer.
Yep.
Okay.
Just come in through your cell phone. It'll be enough.
Right.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I've come in through the cell phone a couple of times.
I did that last time.
Did you?
Yeah.
We could tell.
But you
Yeah,
look so
Mother-
much.
Mother
You
was
look
out
so
of
much
town.
better this time, Craig.
Oh, good. Good. I was prepared.
All right, so we got Sawbucks joining us already, and Rusted Old Iron. How you doing, guys? Sawbucks, are you on the road tonight, or are you at home? Rusted Old Iron. That doesn't look that doesn't look familiar to me. Does anybody know who that is?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay.
That's the guy you wanted to talk to. You said you wanted him to come out to your mill.
Oh, good. Give him a free membership, John.
Yeah, that's my partner.
Your partner. Okay.
Yep.
Give him a free membership, John.
Somebody's getting some echo back.
I heard that.
All right, guys. We got quite a few people in here. Say hello. Tell us where you're from. Sawbucks is in his truck. That's typical.
Steve, yes. Steve says in Denver as usual.
Yeah, I see that.
Seems like he's always in Denver on Saturday.
What do we got? What do we got?
So, Paul, you kind of have the same type of situations we do.
Yes, the problem is that the trees are so dense you can't drop one without trying to get through
There's John.
between the others.
All right, John, try it now.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Perfect.
absolutely, much better.
All right.
Good. We're good.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Uh-oh.
Nope. He's locked up. You're locked up again, John.
Look how still he can sit. He'd make a good deer hunter.
Is that working now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just mentioned what a good deer hunter you make. You were sitting so still.
Yeah, good.
Now, you do
Hey,
you do some logging too, don't you, John, on your own property?
Yeah, I just cut about 10,000 feet of pine over my woodlot. Brought it out. I just got it all to the mill and started up about 2/3 of it.
Any size to it?
Oh yeah, they're nice ones. They're pine that were on the stump about 30 and 40 inches.
Yes, some of our white pine are 80 feet tall. They don't. Not much stops them on the way down.
No, that's what I was asking you guys to have a tree in there. That take that much.
Yeah, we run into problems with
They come down
hemlocks.
with
Hemlock seems to grab everything, and cherries. Their limbs are so crooked on a cherry, they love to hang into stuff too.
Yeah, you do. Especially if you're in deep woods.
Yeah.
The white
Yeah,
pines, I find the branches break off and go down.
A tractor.
You're still breaking up, John. Bad.
Yeah. Hey, you skidding with on the tractors?
He's doing a good job of sitting still at times, though.
Yeah. Just talking and doing real well.
See myself moving out of the Okay.
You know, you'd think a state like New York State would have decent cell service all over the state.
You would think.
They're only worried about the city.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris.
Maybe we need to send you some place cards.
Thing don't
Nice
go.
He's still breaking up.
He's
Hey,
gonna come back.
John Davison.
Yep.
I have to compliment you on your advertisement for the roundtable. That looked awesome. Is that a special
That was-
program you have?
Yeah.
Oh, the thumbnail?
What's that?
The thumbnail is on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was
That was
way
nice.
cool.
Good
I
job.
like that one.
Yeah.
I need to do a lot more work in Canva. Get a lot better at it.
Is that a program that you do that on?
Yeah, I did that on the free version of Canva.
Oh, Canva.
Sort of.
Okay.
Canva, Canva, Canva.
I'm gonna have to get with you sometime.
It's
That looks awesome.
yeah, it's a little hard for Sawyer to use, but you know, the other
I'll
guys.
figure
use
it out.
I
I'll figure it out.
well, maybe
Poor
it's
John.
coming back now.
Yeah, John's having problems.
No, just don't have enough internet, John. Don't have enough speed.
He doesn't have any internet. He's on cell phone feed.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. New York State is horrible with cell service. We have no cell service at our house.
All right. So what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about dropping trees and getting logs back to the mill
Safely.
safely.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking guys, you got a good one?
Oh, skidding winch?
I can't hear you, John. I couldn't hear you over John.
Something about a tractor.
Yeah, the skidding winch. He was going to talk about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're the only one with a skinny winch.
Now, Craig, you haul a lot of logs, don't you?
Let's go through the phone, maybe.
Occasionally I do. I've got a couple of landowners who I go and get logs from. I've got to do it all.
Had any issues hauling logs back to the mill?
No, not yet. I've had them come out of the chokers behind I've got a landowner that has a D5 cat that we drag about 8 at a time, and sometimes if we get too many, we'll lose one or two down the mountain.
Now, how do you keep the dirt off of them, Greg?
You don't.
So you use the debarker then religiously?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff I buy off the forest, the spruce, it's all standing dead, so it's barkless before it hits the ground.
Gotcha.
Looks like John's working a lot better now.
Try saying something, John.
Am I back on then?
Yeah, you're sounding
Looks
better
like it.
now.
She's trying to get me through the phone now instead of the computer. She's got a laptop. Maybe it'll work.
There you go.
I
That's
got-
perfect.
That's
Yeah,
great.
sounds a lot better. Now,
Is that better?
Oh yeah.
you use a tractor and a logging winch to get your logs out, John?
Yeah, that's what I use. That's why I was asking if you guys had a skidding winch.
No, we use. I built a couple of log arches. We picked the logs right up off the ground.
Yeah, but then on the ground, like you got that winch, you put it down safe and enjoy the breeze there.
All right, John. It looks like you
Well,
got two. John, it looks like you got two going at one time down there. One of them's going to have to be. Looks like you're going to have to turn one of them off. So you were doing good just a second ago, but you got another one up there in queue. Are you trying to get on your phone
We're
too or
closing it.
laptop? Okay. Okay. There you go.
There you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Probably, yep.
Now, using the logging winch, you still get the ends of your logs dirty, right?
Yeah, but a lot of the great big ones, you're going to drag them. Most of the, a third of the tree is going to drag once you get them off the ground. But for the
Yeah, we
most part, handling them in the yard, they get dirty too. When you load them, get them on the landing, push them up in the pile after you cut them into log lengths, they get dirt on them. It's just part of the game when you're logging. And if you're getting big timber out, you
Yeah,
get
I
small
guess it
stuff.
is.
Well, now you can play with it. Take your time.
We don't have debarkers, so we tried our hardest to keep the logs clean.
Wait, you don't have a
Oh,
debarker.
absolutely.
I have a debarker.
Yeah, I'm not your debarker.
No, Tilly.
Don't you guys have all the chainsaw debarkers?
No, no,
You got to get one.
I got an old Poolin that if it's real bad, I'll take the old Poolin and knock the bark off with it. But
You need to get one of them debarkers that we sell, man. You're going to love it. Trust me. You get a spot where there's knots and crevices where the dirt gets in there and dulls your bandsaw blade.
yeah,
No, but I got a debarker in front of that one too. The only place I hit dirt is on the outside, and it's usually full of sawdust by the time it's coming out of there.
huh? Now the
You'll still see the spark fly from the dirt.
the debarker doesn't get dull using it on the dirt.
The debarker?
Yeah,
No. Well, the one on the chainsaw does eventually. Yes, the blades wear down, but you replace them with those little blades from the 3.5-inch planer knives. You buy them right at DeWalt or Milwaukee. Any of them guys sell them blades.
okay. Check them out.
You'll have to check one out. They're a little over $100, I think. They're worth their weight in gold. I even use them on the great big butt logs that I get a lot of times just to get in around them knots to get all that dirt out when you drag them out.
Mhm.
They bolt onto the chainsaw, right?
It's longer than normal. You get the 3/8 pitch or you get the 1/4-inch chain with it too for you, whichever saw you want to use or sprocket.
Comes with everything.
Yeah, it comes with the bolts are with it, everything. You just got to drill your bar. There's a pattern there too.
Huh. I have to check it out.
Yeah, pretty handy.
I see a lot of guys using them.
Is that a speaker?
Steve, you don't pull anything out of the woods, do you?
No. I went today and got up. The neighbor had about 20 logs he gave me. I went up and got them in his yard. But other than that, tree services usually drop mine off or I go pick them up.
Gotcha.
How'd you move them?
With the tractor.
One at a time, or you get more than one?
No, I can usually pick up anywhere from 3 to 4 logs.
On the forks?
Forks. Yeah. I'll put 2 on or 3 on and take the tree next to it and roll it one back and then add another one. I use it like a roly-poly.
Gotcha.
So, Paul, you pull yours out with a gator, right?
We will use the gator to go around, buck up some firewood along the roadside, but no. Use a tractor with the Hud-son Uniforce skidding winch. Just using it today on an ash tree. Works out great, but you do get dirt in the bark pulling them down.
On the butt end, right? On the ground end? Yeah.
Yeah. Not much to do about it.
So we got some questions popping up here, Tim.
Okay. Let's see. Service today. So hello, Tim. Hello, John. We need to get together. Oh, so that's for John. Need to get together on a mill deal. I have some very large crotch sections and a huge pecan tree.
Yeah.
And adjusted clutch all the way out. New clutch will be needed very soon.
Winch, Chris?
All right. So is the saw dedicated as a debarker, not a quick add-on? So the debarker you're talking about, John, once you put it on a saw, you pretty much have to dedicate that saw to being a debarker.
Yeah, I got one saw I dedicate for that. I use a 55 Rancher Husky. You got plenty
Okay.
of power, and if you get a longer bar, you can still make like 12, 14-inch cuts with it. Taking a log off or taking a limb off if you wanted to.
Right.
It doesn't just limit you to debarking. You can make cuts with smaller wood. Just can't use the tip.
Now, let me ask you a question on that debarker. Does it have to have a certain size saw to pull it? Or would a smaller saw do it?
No, you can put it on little saws. They just ain't got the power when you get into that heavy bark and around your knots. It'll stall out. You can
Gotcha.
Dre walk right down that log, just peel the bark right up.
Yeah, I got it.
You have to-
Uh-oh.
He's trying. He's trying.
Still losing, John.
He does good for a few minutes, and then he's way
Yeah.
out there in Boonville.
Yeah.
He's even out further out in Burnville. So, Craig, when you use the debarker on the wood miser, actually, any of you guys with wood misers can answer this. When you use a debarker on the wood miser, you get into heavy dirt. Will that dull also?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The it's a pretty aggressive debarker, so it'd take quite a bit to get it dull.
Now, it doesn't have carbide teeth on it, right?
It does.
It does.
It does. Yeah. I believe
And
it's a 9-inch wheel.
You can sharpen those.
Yeah.
And how wide is that? How wide does that make a cut?
It's a full 1/8-inch curve.
Is it?
Yeah.
So how many?
It's probably closer to a 1/4 inch.
I'm saying it's usually close to a quarter. I think mine's close to a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, it's 1/4 inch.
You got the LT40, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got.
So how many board feet would that do, Craig, before you'd have to sharpen it, you think?
The debarker,
Yeah.
quite a bit. I've got almost 1,000 hours on my 40, and it doesn't show any signs of wear, actually, to be honest. But like you said, a lot of the stuff I'm doing, I don't necessarily use it all the time, just on logs that are with the bark and that are maybe dirty. A lot of my logs are heavy enough to where they'll accumulate gravel. So if I don't pay attention and maybe knock all the gravel off before I start milling it.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Them are some deep teeth on them too. They'll last a while.
Yeah.
They bend real easy.
How do you know, Steve?
Experience.
Well,
Yeah, I mean those teeth will take rocks and they'll take a nail out of there if you hit exactly on a nail. But
They'll take a beat. They just don't take up and down pressure.
no, they don't take very much up and down pressure. That's not going to work very well.
is that how it bent?
Yeah, I've got it. I set it up against the log. Then I decided I wanted to drop an inch and forgot to move the bark back.
Oops.
Well, I can tell you right now, the saw blades we use, they take up and down pressure pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't even.
What did Tim do?
Don't even.
Tim did something.
No, Tim didn't do nothing.
Now we got to hear it.
No,
Yeah,
he didn't
Tim
do
did.
nothing.
No.
Next.
I thought it was in his screen that he did something.
Tim can make a tapered.
Oh, he got muted. Oh my goodness, he's just talking away. He's muted. What's that, Rick? I didn't hear you.
Something about paper board, I think.
I'll just text somebody else with a story. They can tell it.
Hey, big brother, I got the mic power. And that was when I first got my mill. So, easy, pal. I haven't done it in a long time.
The Patriot or the new mill?
The new mill.
Hey, I've done it. I'll admit it.
Well, where he put the up and down switch is
Yeah.
like right there where my thumb is. When I had the Patriot, that's how I pushed it, and I wasn't used to it. When I hit my palm, it dropped the head and it went, pew, took a dive. You're like, whoa.
I did that on mine one time.
I only did it twice.
I went to reach for something and actually my elbow come back down and hit it and then went, woo.
But now when I push my mill, it's like this: one on the outside, one on the inside. I stay all the way away from that switch. So
Didn't break the blade though.
no, I tell you what, I love that mill. I love it. I should have got that to begin with, but live and learn.
He likes that mill so much that he spends the night with it sometimes.
I do. I got a sleeping bag out there right now. But you know what? We winterized our mills, and you wouldn't believe the heat that those V-twins put out. And it's like we have heaters in there, but we don't have to run the heaters because they blow so much heat out of those engines. It just warms it right up in there. It's crazy.
You
Well,
winterized.
we winterized the mill buildings. We closed the buildings in.
I was going to say, you
Right.
winterized the sawmill?
Yes, I
Building.
did. Yeah, I put antifreeze all over it. No, I put curtains up
Where's your exhaust going?
out to the top.
The eaves are
The
open.
eaves are still open. The eaves are still open.
Your soffit?
Huh?
CO2.
Yeah, the soffits. The soffits are open.
CO2 in there.
See, Craig knows. Oh, Craig knows the right answer. Soffits.
Yeah.
There you go.
But when we mill in the wintertime, Craig, we're not freezing to death like you are.
I've got some curtains I can put up if I have to.
John, there's a question for you, sir.
Oh, stainless steel. Yeah, Woodmiser has a stainless steel guards on your log dogs. And he bought me 2 other ones. Woodmiser comes with, when they sell them to you, the automatic ones come with stainless steel covers on them. Well, it might be an extra too. But then he bought all stainless steel for even my manual ones that I have to raise up, and we put the stainless steel covers on even the manual ones. And I like those a lot better than just the metal ones. Stainless steel will slide on the log if you're trying to raise them and the log's tight, or the roller will roll them over a lot easier on that stainless steel than just on the log dogs. And the other thing he bought is the 2 manual log dogs. The Woodmiser has LT35 has 4 log dogs on it, and the 2 in the center that were manual. He bought the wheels for the top of them too. And I like those wheels on all 4 of the log dogs. That makes it nice when it's automatically turning it.
Gotcha. Paul, Andy, did you buy those covers too or not?
No, we got the extra wheels that go on top of the log stops that didn't have them from Woodmiser.
Gotcha.
The extra wheels, they help. A lot of times it makes the log go too quick and it makes it go right off the log dog onto the deck with a boom. But makes it easier too.
So you put the winch log turner up on the center of your mill. How's that working out?
It's working out good. I wish I had a mobile so I could slide it left and right, but I positioned it where I think it'll work on short and long logs. I'm gonna have to try it on a long log shortly. See what happens.
That's the first thing I told Tim when I saw you put it up. I said he's going to wish he put a beam up there with a trolley.
Yeah, so it'd be nice.
Well, I'm surprised that little 2,000 watt generator does that winch. Whoa!
It lugs right down. I think it's going to stall every
Uh,
time, but I can't have that little eco throttle on though.
How come
It
you guys
flushes
don't get
it, though, don't it?
How come you guys don't get a power pole put up there?
Just price. There's one actually probably 200 to 300 feet away. But don't want to pay commercial rates either because it doesn't go through the house, so we got to pay commercial rates.
Huh.
But 200 or 300 feet, just dig your line in that rock and bury it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, run it out there to the mill. We just got doing that. Cars. And it was more than 200 feet.
Well, Paul,
I
you
think-
have connections. You can just get a big Generac unit that comes on and off by itself.
Oh, I wish.
Well, you can sell one of your 10 tractors and get one.
2 might be up for sale shortly.
Uh,
I don't know if I want projects or not.
Now, John Faber, how many sawmills do you own?
How many do I own? I got 2 circle mills and 2 band mills. And I got probably 3 or 4 in the junk pile that are just parts.
Well, there's a guy that's a fanatic about sawmills.
Which one do you favor?
Yeah.
no pun there, huh, Steve?
Huh?
Which
I
one
couldn't
do
hear
you
what he
favor?
said.
Oh, favor.
Which one do you favor out of either one?
I favor. Well, I favor my Ireland number 7 and the Oscar 52.
Over the band mills?
They make the most money.
Oh, there you go.
The Ireland's a circle mill. And the Oscar 52, that can handle a 52-inch diameter log.
Yeah.
That's a
I've
big.
seen them.
Paul's experienced that mill.
Yep. It's a tank of a machine. Cuts great and even. Wish I left it here.
Well, then
couldn't
you might
hear
have
you.
got a hat.
I might have got a hat then. Yes.
Yeah.
You believe that? Don't have a Hud-son hat.
Yeah.
That 52, how wide will it cut between the guides?
48 inches, but actually, a lot of guys will probably say I'm crazy. I don't care, but I am. Because I've taken the guides right off and I've cut 52 inches with it. So, with a good sharp blade, make sure there's no dirt. Take your time, and the guides are only a guide. They're not a forcer.
Right.
So, if the saw is cutting good, the guide is just there to guide the blade, especially in a wide cut like that. What are you going to do? But I've done that, so I can vouch for it.
Yeah, that's
John Davison, Triforce
That-
Wilder said, "Thank you for the membership."
That was cutting hard maple too, so it wasn't nothing light, you know.
right. Yeah, I find that the guides, I mean, they don't really do much unless you're really pushing the blade hard.
Right. If it gets dull, if it's getting dull, then your guides are there. But if that
Right.
blade's sharp, you're cutting. You don't need the guide.
And if it's tightened right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a crazy big mill, 52.
A wood miser, you'd have to take, if you took the guides off. I don't know if the blade would run right. I don't know. I don't own one, so I can't vouch for that. But
No.
I don't know if you could run it without the guide.
Yeah.
Could you?
No.
Not cut
Couldn't do that?
accurately.
No, because your
But
wheels, your guide wheels on there.
Yeah, no, the band pressure on the wood miser is like 3,000 psi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the wheels don't accept that pressure, right?
Well, yeah.
No, but some of it.
Some of it because it goes up against it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those guide wheels push down on the
Well,
blade.
Yeah.
Rick, we had those on the Patriot. Remember, we had to put pressure on the blade.
Yeah, but that was to make the Patriot cut right.
Cut straight.
Yeah, when you
Well-
tighten that thing to 3,000, it puts a lot of pressure on them wheels, on them guide wheels.
So how
I
many
bet it
foot
would.
pounds is that, Steve? You know?
On a 3,000 psi, no, I've never figured it out.
You don't know. Craig, you know?
I'm sorry.
How many foot pounds is that when you do the 3,000 on the gauge for the tightness?
I'm not 100%.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that. I can find out though. I can look into
I'm
that.
just curious.
All right.
I know you'll find that answer. So,
I've got
John,
buddies that,
what's
sorry,
that?
go ahead. I got buddies that run Timber Kings and they question my tension all the time because the Timber King mills tension their mills so much different than the Woodmiser. You know,
Right.
there's a patents for a reason, and these
Right.
guys are how do you guys, you know, it's the way the mill's built that way. It's built to have that. It's built to have that high tension so it can go fast.
So
Yeah, but the
1,500 foot pounds. Chris is saying it's 1,500 foot pounds. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
Foot
That
pounds?
3,000 is just hydraulic pressure that's pushing the wheel against the blade, right?
correct.
My
Chris
book,
says it's 1,500 or 1,500. I'm sorry,
my book only says 117 foot pounds.
117.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
on ours we only do 35 foot pound.
Yeah. 3,000
That's on a bolt though, because let me tell you something, guys. Not to be a smart, but I'm just telling you, the steel that stretches on the band blades, no matter what mill you're running, should be about the same stretch. If you,
Yeah, no, I run a stress gauge, and one of my
Right.
Timber King buddies, he bought the same gauge from Woodmiser, so we could kind of cooperate between each other to find out what the story was between the
yeah,
two.
that's how I test for the tension at Hud-son. I put that gauge right on there and bring it up to the foot pounds, and that puts it right in the range.
Yeah. So is that a Lennox gauge you run or a Starrett? The Woodmiser is actually a Starrett.
Is what?
He's deer hunting again.
We lost you. Yeah, you're froze.
I said about the Woodmiser.
All right, try it now, John.
You know,
He was doing good there for a second.
He was doing good for a while.
yeah, it comes and goes, I guess.
There you go.
So on the Timber King, I think has steel band wheels too, right?
No, they have belts too.
They have
think
the
it's
belts. Okay.
Yeah, they run belts too. The Cooks is steel wheels.
Steel wheel.
Yeah.
Wheels.
I thought about changing mine over to steel wheel one time, but I ain't checked into it yet to see how it would do.
Well, I think the purpose of the tires is to keep from wearing the wheels out, is it not?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think it is.
Yeah, but how long before you'd have wear and tear on your wheels from the blade if it didn't have the tire on there?
Well, I know the steel wheels. They're crowned. They're
Yeah.
crowned. So I think that takes care of that with the steel wheels. Yeah, Baker's run
Yeah,
steel wheels too.
steel wheels.
I didn't realize
Poor
I
John.
didn't-
He is
I
trying.
didn't realize there's any mills out there that ran steel wheels with the bands.
Yeah, Cooks and Bakers, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yep.
Yeah,
You
Cooks.
can hear the
You ought to
difference.
go watch some. You ought to go watch some Cooks videos on YouTube. They put out some real good videos that apply to all sawmills. You know what I mean? You can apply that to your Wood-Mizer or your Hudson Mills or whatever.
So wouldn't
mill
that,
you have.
to me, it seemed like it'd wear the bands out quicker, steel to steel.
Nope.
No, huh?
Nope.
Well, one good thing, John, is you can run diesel drip and not have to worry about it disintegrating.
Yep.
You knew that was coming, right?
Oh yeah. There's a guy in New York, right up there in the Adirondacks, right across from where we go in Fort Ann, who runs steel wheels on his Wood-Mizer, his LT70.
I thought about changing mine over.
Yep, he does. He swears by him.
But what's the advantage?
Get away from the belts, quit replacing them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I haven't.
Quit replacing the belts. They run faster. They run truer. They run longer.
Less slippage after they get hot. If you loosen up a little bit on the tension.
There's a lot of advantages to it. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of high money input, into getting them, but your belts are $14 every 6 months or whatever. That's not bad either.
I actually haven't noticed any slippage, or the belt wear has been minimal on our mills. I think I've replaced the belts once since I've owned it, and we've cut a lot of wood.
You get into that the hard maple, like you were just like your video was just saying on the Jenga scale, it was so hard. You get into some of that hard maple and you get it wide, you max out that mill, and you'll start hearing some slippage.
Yeah, you'll hear it. You get that, Craig?
No, I'm in softwood 90% of the time, so I don't have that issue.
Well, I'd imagine if you really push hard against the governor, it might slip, but
Yeah.
I don't get slippage. I mean, but I
No,
push
I
my
don't.
lot.
I
I push
haven't
my lot
noticed
slower than Rick.
I run the gas Kohler on both my mills, so I believe they're a 38 horse, just under 1,000 cc's, but that's plenty of power for everything I've ever tried milling.
Yeah.
I hadn't had no problem with mine. I got 23 horse Briggs.
My LT35 was a 26 horse.
That's what my LT40 is. I wish I got the 38. I got a 26.
Is it the Kohler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 26 Kohler. That's what I got.
Yeah, and if you hit some red oak or anything like that to dry it out, she'll dog down bad, and she'll start slipping. You'll hear that. You'll see the black on the blade. You'll see the rubber.
Well, now I cut some purple heart, and that wood was hard.
Yeah.
And it sounded like steel on steel. It's like rah, 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 even with water going. It's like rah, rah, rah. And I was like, holy crap, am I ever going to get through this thing? I thought I wasn't going to have no teeth left on my blade when I got done.
I cut a lot of gum.
That was kiln dried too.
That was kiln dried.
Yeah, I cut a lot of gum.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, see, that makes better sense.
Oh yeah, get gum. She'll eat her up. I bought my mill in 21. I think I done put 6 sets of belts on it or more. I always keep pulling.
We cut a lot of hard maple, and I don't really notice the hard maple being that tough to cut.
No,
it's not. Hard maple.
I don't have a problem with hard maple.
Especially when
your Jenga scale is not. I wouldn't say it's not relevant to how hard it is to cut, but it's not a good measurement of how hard, the wood is to cut.
Right.
I think gum and hickory is about the hardest one I cut. Hickory's
You
tough.
can get into like cottonwood, which is a real soft wood, you know, and that blade doesn't want to cut it sometimes, you know, it wants to just tear it away.
Yeah.
Or,
I
you
have
know,
problems
so,
with that with
and that's a
cherry
real soft
sometimes.
wood on a Jenga scale.
Well, like
Yeah.
Paul said on his video too, cutting green versus dry is like between night and day, right, Paul?
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, you said that cherry was like cutting butter. I mean, and I've seen you cut the older cherry, and
Oh.
that's work and dusty.
yes, so
But the
Now, I wanted to ask John a question. John Faber a
Faber?
question. Are you able to talk now, John?
I don't know. He hasn't moved in a while.
He's been moving.
He's not able to move.
As soon as you ask him a question, he freezes up.
poor guy.
He's got a buck inside.
John
Yeah,
Davison, no tip for you tonight.
I know it. I see. That's what they were talking about, the 401, 404 air. I gotta
Huh.
fix my eye tip. There we go. Fix my eye tip.
Run a 9-degree on your hard lumber. Your mill will be happier. There's John.
I tried the 9 degrees. I wasn't real impressed with them. I
It's
bought,
about as bad.
I
Try
bought
the
the
4
5
degree.
degree. I bought the 9 degree hardens, and I really couldn't tell the difference between those and the 10s.
Yeah.
Craig, do you ever run the 4s?
Yeah, I run 4s on whatever walnut I have to cut out here. I run 4s on all
Do you?
that. Yeah.
I tried them. I don't care for them. I can get better out of a 7 or a 10 than I can a 4.
Okay. So with the softwoods out here, I find that that my 10-degree bands last a lot longer than my 7s. But
Yep.
the sevens are they just don't last. I mean,
Yeah,
they're nice bands, but they don't last.
they don't outlast the 10.
almost as long, but not quite.
10s last a lot longer.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, we've
4s,
had good luck with the 10s.
I can't get nothing out of the 4s. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't get nothing out of them.
Well, if you're cutting metal, you can get a lot out of them.
Out of the 4s,
They don't like metal either.
yeah, they don't care for metal at all. Did you see
It's
that?
like a hacksaw blade.
All right, so it looks like John's back with us again and able to talk. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
I
ask
hope
you,
so.
John, because you run a circle mill and bandsaws. Is
Yep.
there any advantage of a bandsaw over a circle mill?
Hour.
The thinner curve.
Thinner curve.
The thinner curve, but the circle saw just saws circles around a band saw, so it's production. If you're production, a circle mill is always going to beat a band mill.
Yeah, I think the band mill you can run by yourself too, where the circle
Right.
mill you got to have help.
Yeah, you got to have 2 guys at the other end of that mill to keep it running efficiently. If you got the logs there and the horsepower to run it, you know, that's what matters.
Right. So, why do you own 2 band mills and 2 circle mills? Just because?
Well, there's a little band mill in the shop, the wood shop I use for making tables and stuff like that. If I want to rip something down or flatten something off, it works great. You know, when you can dry everything, it warps a little bit, so works good for that. And
That's electric
Oscar
motor
50,
too, right?
the Oscar 52 is for custom cutting big logs and making big bench and tabletops that I use for myself.
I gotcha.
Well, any production all goes through the circle mill.
Yeah, that's I know my circle mill was a really high production mill. But I
Yeah.
like the band mill because I can run it at my own leisure now by myself.
That's right.
And John, what's the power plant on your circle
And
mill?
they don't use the bandsaw doesn't use as much fuel, trust me.
Yeah.
John, Paul asked you what power plant did you have on your circle mill?
I got a 471 Detroit.
Ah, nice.
I ran a 290 Cummins on mine.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm still there or not.
You're here.
You're there.
Yeah, you're still here. Your picture's frozen.
Okay.
Your voice is here. Your
I
picture.
got a
wasn't.
Cummings diesel on the other mill.
Do you? Yeah, I had a Cummins
Yeah, that's
290
a 98 horse Cummings 4-cylinder.
4-cylinder.
That's on the other circle mill.
Okay.
Rusted Old Iron asks, how many sharpen their own blades?
I do.
I
I
do.
do.
I do.
Only my
John?
circle.
Everybody does. Everybody does, right?
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
fall. Not
Paul
fall.
doesn't.
Other way, Tim.
That way. Well, this is all backwards. Ah, there you go.
You got it. It's Rick.
Maybe I should invert this thing. Then I'll be right. There you go.
Now you sharpen the teeth on your soaker mill as well, right, John?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
You can't send them out. You gotta.
There it goes again.
That's my fault. I asked too many questions.
It's my fault I asked you one question.
Pardon?
I asked too many questions. Use a hand grinder on your circle mill?
Yeah, I got a jockey,
Yeah.
but you still got to swedge it. You know, when you swedge it out, you got to. I usually take the file to it after the first swedging. Then I take the jockey onto it after that.
Right. I think jockey is what I used also on mine.
So how often do you have to do that, John?
You had to ask the question, didn't you?
I got the debarker there, but sometimes you just get pushing it and you say, oh, it's only a little dirt. Well, it adds up. So I've been pretty adamant now that every cut, if there's bark, I take that debarker down. You can almost gain another third cutting if you really pay attention. But usually I can get 3,000, 4,000 board feet out of a sharpening as long as I watch for the dirt.
Yeah.
Rick, is that what you used to get on yours, Rick?
I actually would sometimes I'd get away without sharpening for a whole day. I could get 10,000 board feet through it before I had to sharpen it, but that was clean logs.
Right. See, I'm still cutting dirt on the bottom side. If you got the whole log debarked, there's a whole difference there.
Right.
But on the average, I get about 7,000 board feet. You know, if I think about it, really, on each sharpening.
Yeah, because you're actually cutting more than what you realize when you're running them through the circle mill.
Yeah.
So
what about do you run a metal detector?
Nope.
I
I've sawed into some pretty heavy iron.
I've sawn through horseshoes, the spiles that go into maple trees for sap. That's the absolute worst. They'll knock a tooth or two off.
Yeah. Those glass insulators are about the worst, I think, that do the most damage to a set of saw teeth that I've seen besides a solid iron bar.
Yeah. I hit a cobblestone one time in the middle of a log. That took the teeth, the shanks, and bent the blade. It was like, oh my God, I'm done.
Yeah.
Put all the teeth and the shanks right through the roof of the mill.
Yeah, I've knocked the shanks out a few times, done the same thing. The guy had never bent a blade.
Yeah, I thought I was done, but I had a guy come out to hammer the blade in like 3 hours time. He had it straight and ready to go again. I couldn't believe it.
Rick, Ethan has a question up there.
Okay, what do we got? Hey guys, I'm 25 and plan on getting a mill as soon as I can. Any advice on starting out? What you guys would do differently if you had to do it again from the beginning? Well, Ethan, everybody that I know that gets into sawmilling, they buy a small hobby mill first to see how they're going to like it, and then they always wish they had bought a bigger mill afterwards.
That was me.
Am I correct in saying that, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah.
I wish I
You
had
either
go
like
with a
it or
bigger
you
mill
don't.
first. Correct.
So get a mill that'll cut 30 inches, a 30-inch log right off the bat, something heavy. And I think you'll be a lot happier with it. You'll spend a few bucks more in the beginning, but you'll end up happier and you won't have to sell a mill to buy another one. Does that make sense?
And a strong engine.
Yeah, the bigger the engine,
At
the
least
better
a-
off you're going to be.
Lisa
Diesel.
V twin. Yep.
They got,
Might be fine.
they got,
Might be handy to find someone who has a mill and to try it out as well. Like a
Yep.
wooden boy-
Yeah, or go and work on somebody's mill for a little bit. See if you like it. Like John Davison says that all the time.
Yeah.
well, if you go to a reputable dealer like Hud-son or Wood-Mizer,
Wood-Mizer.
I think they can actually run a mill for you before you, right? You can actually see the mill run before you buy one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go
Yep.
to a reputable
Yeah.
dealer.
Yep.
Don't buy something that comes in a box and you have to assemble it and then see how it rolls.
No.
Yeah, no, yeah. If you know you're going to have a passion for it, if you know you're going to have a passion for what you're going to be doing, I'd spend as much,
Don't buy a Lego set.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Been there, done that.
Oh God, Steve.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that have done it. There's one, and there's the other right there.
That was me.
Yeah, don't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. That's why I went with smaller mill. But
I
I
bought mine.
learned.
I bought mine because a 65 or 70-year-old man put it together in the yard in about 30 minutes. I thought, shit, can't be that hard.
You want to get a mill too that has a good warranty behind it. Somebody that stands behind their warranty. I know Wood-Mizer does, and I know Hud-son will stand behind their warranty 100%.
Absolutely.
No questions asked.
And I know definitely one that don't.
Okay, Steve. We're not throwing anybody under the bus tonight.
I didn't throw nobody under the bus. I said I know one. There's thousands of
Customer
them.
service is going to be a big thing too.
Oh, wait a minute. Your wife didn't throw him under the bus tonight.
Yeah.
It was her mill.
It's her. Well, the mill I got now is hers. So
Oh, it's just on loan.
I do the mobile milling. She don't like mobile milling, and she's taking care of her father in West Virginia. He's got dementia and stuff. So I've been running the mill.
Oh goodness. Sorry to hear that.
Yep. Thank you. But that's her mill, not mine.
What'd you say, Craig?
Customer service would be a big issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have questions, and you're gonna have stuff that you're gonna not know the answer, and
And they don't either.
some stuff.
Well, any question I've had to ask, the guys I bought my mill from has the answers. Because there's one guy there that knows the answers, and that's the one sitting right at the bottom, right there at the bottom.
That's the main thing about a
Yeah,
mill.
I can answer most questions. If we can't answer it on the phone immediately and you send me pictures or a video, you normally spot the problem. A lot of people are just amazed. They tell me what's going on with it, and I say, you got to look here, look there. And they're like, yep. And, I get them sawing back in no time flat. And that does mean a lot, customer service.
And you
Yeah.
never starts out the conversation with, "What are you, stupid?"
First time they ask you, who's you?
Well, he says he's looking at a L15 wide with a diesel.
Yeah.
They have diesels on those, Craig?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
can get this. They have an option for a diesel on an LT35 and the LT15 wide.
Yeah, the little 3-cylinder diesel on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went and looked at them.
Looks like his last job, he had some experience on the Cook's HD32. So, I'm going to dig. He digs it. So, plans to build a timber frame. Well, Ethan, John right here is a Hudson representative. So if you have any questions, you can ask him. He can answer them for you right now on Hudson. Craig Kilter over on this side, he's pretty well knowledgeable on Wood-Mizer. He can answer any questions on the Wood-Mizer side for you. So
Now I can tell you if you look at a Hudson, look at the Oscar line and don't look at anything smaller than the Oscar 30.
correct.
And what would you say on the Wood-Mizer, Craig?
Well, it depends if you want to do the twin rail or the cantilever. The cantilever, I started with the LT35 manual was my first mill, and I ran it for the summer, and then traded it for my 40. But Mike, I know Mike pretty much likes his LT15. A lot of guys like that LT15 wide too.
Yep.
They just don't come. They come with the smaller power plants.
Right.
Paul, you like your 15, right?
I do, yes. The one thing for timber framing, and this applies to the Hudson mills too, on the LT15, you can extend the mill deck, indefinitely, as long as you got enough money to do it. You can just keep adding sections to it.
Yep.
So for a timber
Right,
framing, on a 30-foot beam, you just buy a couple extra deck sections and away you go. You don't have to do all this juggling back and forth.
Yeah.
Of course, those deck sections are about $1,100 a piece.
With the
What's
bigger
the-
Hudson mills, it's a 21-footer track, right, John?
Yep. Yeah, and all the 30s. You can add on to it, like you say, as long as you want to go.
Right. What state are you located in, Ethan?
I think your best bet would go try both of them out and see which one you're comfortable with the best.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would say so too. If we knew what state he was in, we might be able to send him to both Hudson and Wood-Mizer place to go look.
Yeah, what's his location?
Yeah.
I asked him. I haven't heard
Okay.
it.
There he is. Oh no, that's Chris. Upstate South Carolina, Rick.
Okay.
So he must be up around Greenville area, I'm thinking.
Greenville, Spartanburg.
Yeah. Steve says he likes his Timber King.
Yeah.
What's down in South Carolina, John, as far as Hudson dealers?
He deer hunting.
You're breaking up, John.
What's he doing?
My back.
Nope, not yet.
How about now?
Getting there.
A little better. Craig, what's down in South Carolina for Wood-Mizer, you know?
Yeah, there's Wood-Mizer. There's a Wood-Mizer in South Carolina. Noonan, Georgia. There's one Noonan, Georgia.
Noonan, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just
around
trying to
Atlanta,
find out-
right?
I was just looking up the location in South Carolina. They do have a location down there, though.
Oh, okay.
All right, John, maybe. Nope.
Safer network.
I think he meant Sawyer Network, where they can find your work or whatever, right? Right, Craig?
That's the Pro Sawyer
The
Network.
Pro Sawyer
Okay.
program.
Yeah.
Pro Sawyer Network. Yeah.
Ethan said he's from the Seneca area.
Yeah, so if you want to do Wood-Mizer, you should get a hold of the other ones too. I'm not saying that, but if you're thinking about a Wood-Mizer, just go to woodmizer.com and get on their pull down screen. It has a Pro Sawyer Network. Tell them what state you're in.
Zip
It'll
code.
find the closest Sawyer to you.
There you go.
All right. Where the heck is Seneca, South Carolina, Tim?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's over by Charlotte, Rock Hill way, or if that's the other way up by Greenville. I'm not sure.
All right. Is there a Hudson dealer in South Carolina, John?
They sell dealers all over the east. So just go right website.
Carolina.
Been the closest dealer.
I think he said go on the Hudson
on
website
the
and
shit
you
again.
find a dealer there.
All right, so Seneca is not far from Greenville, Rick.
Okay.
It's just a little west of Greenville.
Did you say on the Hudson website, John, you can find dealers?
Yeah, on the dealer tab and just click on that.
Hudson.
Bring up the closest dealer to you.
Yeah, I'll look and see real quick.
Somebody talk. We don't need dead air.
I'm trying to look up a dealer right now.
Oh, that winch looked like it worked out pretty good with you today when I watched your video.
Ah, yes. Comes in handy and saves the back as well.
I did the same thing. I don't know if you've seen some of my old videos with the Norwood.
Mm-hmm.
I did the same thing. I put a reese hitch on the side of my mill and put a bar up with a winch on top of it and did it like, I don't know if you've seen that.
I remember, well, some time ago.
Yeah, you take the receiver out with the pole on it with the winch on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's how the Norwood is set up like that from the factory. That's
Yeah,
how
you
it
can
is.
buy all the extra from them.
It feels good at the end of the day to be able to walk normally without having an aching back.
You're in line.
Using the hoist.
Looks like they have one in Clemson area, Rick, or in Georgia.
I see one over in Roston, Georgia.
Yep.
Royston, Georgia.
Well, it looks like there's one by Clemson too, but that's blue, not red. I don't know what that is.
Oakboro, North Carolina is gonna be his closest Woodmiser dealer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have one in Franklin, North Carolina too for Hudson. So
that's way far away.
No, that's not. It's just across the border. It's really not.
Okay, Ethan. So all you have to do is go on the Hudson website. That would be Hudson. It'd be HUD-SON.com. Go to the 3 bars next to the H and click on that. Find a dealer. Put in your town, and it'll give you a dealer closest to you. Pretty much probably got the same thing for Woodmiser too, correct, Craig?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check out both those mills. I think you'll like either one of them.
Absolutely.
I know I've treated mine ridiculously rough, and it's still going strong without a problem. I'm on my 3rd engine.
I've been taking calls at Hudson lately from a lot of these old guys fixing up their old mills, and some of the mills are 20 years old plus.
Rick, you've been working with somebody on what's that old one that he was helping with? T.A. Smith?
Oh, T.A. Smith, yeah. Yeah, I'm helping somebody get it.
I remember those.
Yeah, well, this one, the engine has to go on backwards.
It runs backwards.
You mean the blade runs backwards?
Yeah.
Well, right now he's got the engine like ours are mounted, but he has to invert the blade, and it actually cuts towards the adjustable dogs. So I'm trying to help him get it set up the way it's supposed to be. The only way I can figure that T.A. Smith must have done it is they must have had a jack shaft. So you can put the engine so the clutch is forward, and then the jack shaft brings the power back to the drive belt.
Thank you.
There's a guy on there. I forget the name of his video YouTube channel, but he's got his mill runs backwards.
T.A. Smith.
I don't remember who it is, but it ain't got no. It's just a straight engine with a clutch on it.
Yeah, there's absolutely no information out there at all on T.A. Smith. I mean, nothing.
Oh.
It's like they fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, and he's got the Honda motor on it.
Right. I think I've seen his pictures, but you can actually turn the motor around like it's supposed to be, and then run a jack shaft, or some people call it a mandrel, to power off the engine and then go back to the drive belt for the blade. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's the way I've told this guy to do it. I said, get a jack shaft and run the engine the way it's supposed to. Use the jack shaft to bring it, the power back to where it's supposed to be.
Northwest PA Firewood says hello, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing?
Howdy.
Welcome to the show.
So, yeah, that's a
PA.
TA Smith's a heavy built mill, but it's just like there's no information whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering. I know the guy that owns Cooks is an older guy. I wonder if when he gives it up, if that's going to fall by the wayside also.
I know they build a lot of mills.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of their videos because that's how you learn a lot off of their blade sharpening and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They got great educational videos. Yeah.
Yep, they got some nice educational videos. Because I got the Cook's sharpener and setter anyway, so. But it's a lot of explaining about the blades itself.
We actually got 73 on here right now, Northwest. There's only a couple people in chat, but we've actually got 73 people in here right now.
He's just looking. He's looking at whatever channel he's on, and it says there's only 4
Probably.
people on that channel.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we're streaming to
That
1,
would be
2,
yours.
3,
Yours,
4,
John.
5. Yeah, we're streaming to 5 other channels.
Correct.
You know, so and X. There's a lot of nobody on X ever talks.
No.
Yeah.
They're like banned from talking. Nobody on X is allowed.
They're not banned. They just don't want to.
No, they can't do it.
They're
They don't know how to
bashful.
do it.
They're shy.
Maybe they
They
don't
don't
have
know how to do it.
maybe they
Ethan,
don't
I
have
think Ethan, I
Okay.
think if you call ahead of time, they'll actually let you see a mill in operation, maybe even run it.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Paul, the forestry forum that has the TA Smith information, that discussion is actually the guy we're trying to help right now.
Yeah.
He was trying to get some help off that forum, and they weren't doing a very good job.
Huh.
Chris says he tried X, but I know John's gone on there a couple times and texted us on here.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why.
X works.
It was
X
high.
works.
X marks the spot.
Does anybody know where that Schmidt mill was made?
I don't.
Rick,
Seems to me it was like Arkansas or something like that.
Oh, shit.
The guy's still alive. He's like 107.
See what-
Almost,
You're
John.
locking up, John.
A buck went by.
The one I seen was yellow at an auction.
Yeah.
this one's rust color, isn't it, Rick?
This was pretty rusty, yeah. Well,
That thing makes an awful racket when it runs. Holy cow.
the guy that built him is still alive. I think he's like 107 years old, but he's still alive.
It's-
He sold the mill. He sold the mill and the works to somebody else, and they never did anything with it.
Somebody type Sawmill in there and see if that sends up your channel. Just wondering if the old bot's on tonight.
Mine was on, but not working.
Doesn't look
Oh, now I can't get your chat to work. There it is. Did you get my chat? No.
No, I don't see that either. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so Chris's came up. Sawbuck's did not, or Steve's didn't.
Okay.
There it is.
There you go. XXXXX. You're Xing us out, John?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Chat works.
you
Perfect.
can chat from X, and I don't know why nobody says anything from X.
No,
Yeah,
Steve,
see,
you're
so-
still talking to
so-
your channel.
So it comes up and it shows X right on there, Rick, when
Yeah, I see
you
Yep.
that.
type in there.
In the chat.
I see that.
I switched to Two Brothers. Oh, Sawmill. Steve's still trying to get Sawmill to work, or Swamp Sawyer. I'm sorry.
Swamp Sawyer.
Yeah, who's that?
Swamp Sawyer. Who is Swamp Sawyer?
I don't know, but I bet his channel is Swamp Sawyer.
You think?
Oh, down in Georgia.
Hadn't come up yet. Oh, is that one of yours, Paul?
Yeah, down in Georgia.
Ah. I don't know why theirs isn't coming up. Chris's came up.
Sawmill with no space after it, because you want to type that space. Don't type a space after it. It has to
Do
be
or
on
do-
your channel too.
Do or do not.
Two Brothers Outdoors. Go to Two Brothers Outdoors YouTube channel. Watch their
Oh, okay.
and then type Sawmill with no space,
Okay.
and it'll come right up. You can't do it if you're watching Andy's channel. Can't do it if you're watching my channel or Steve's channel.
You can only do it off of our channel?
You can only do it if he goes to your YouTube page.
What's Craig doing? Is he videotaping us?
No, I was texting Joe Main.
At
Joe
this
Main-
time of night?
Hey,
Yeah, he's up.
Joe Main ain't the only one he's texting.
Well, he didn't text me, so I guess I feel left out.
It's coming.
Easy, Craig.
Okay.
Not after 10 o'clock at night. I will not answer you back.
Yeah. I just have to remember to get my text in them before 8 o'clock my time.
There's Joe. Hello from South Georgia.
Hey, Joe.
There he
How you
is.
doing? Now, if anybody in there has any blade questions, Joe Main can answer those for you.
Oh yeah, he's the Blade Yoda.
Yoda?
That's where I get all my blades mostly.
Joe Main.
Yep, Joe Main.
I think,
Yeah, there's Sawbucks.
yep, it came up. There you go. There you go, Steve. Okay, so that came up.
Joe can actually sell anything Woodmiser now, not
Yeah.
just bands.
Yep.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
You get your blades from him, Craig?
I do. I was getting my bands from him at ICT a couple of years ago. I started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just had to make sure they were holding hands with Woodmiser before being at ICT.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I've been getting them from him for about 3 or 4 years.
yeah, very
Awesome.
good. Yeah. I was never getting bands actually from ICT. I was doing the double hard, so he'd drop ship them from Indy.
Yeah, that's what he was doing for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Carry
quick.
on.
Answers his phone every time, and
Yep, every time.
oh yeah. Excellent service.
Yep, and that's why I do it.
Oh yeah. There's a
I don't buy
lot.
that. I don't buy
Yeah.
that often because I got so many blades.
Yeah, well, you got to have bands.
Oh
That
yeah,
mill's no good if you have no bands.
I got around 400 right now and needs sharpened.
I'm right behind you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just find it way more. I make more money sawing wood than I do sharpening my own stuff.
There you go. I just ain't got the time.
Ain't
for it.
that the truth?
Well, nature of the beast.
Yep. Usually I'll take one rainy, nasty day and sit down and just do the blades.
Yeah, ditto. I do the exact same thing.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Cool.
Get 3 or 4 in the corner waiting for it to be sharpened, and
I let it get too far out of hand before I do it.
Yeah, I've done the same thing.
Yep.
I got to teach your new helper, Steve, how to sharpen blades.
Now here, I was just talking about it. He said he'd love to do it. And I said, good. I'd love for you to do it too.
Joe, if you
Yeah, if he's on
Joe-
there, he'll post his number.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Joe, if you can just post it on there, I'll put it up there so everybody can see it.
Timber dog blades.
Yeah, that's a new band those guys have. Madden's a pretty good kid that works out of there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Jerry's.
yeah. There's a lot of
Is
guys
there-
that buy bands from them as well.
Is there anybody that you don't know, Craig?
Oh, yeah, probably.
I was telling somebody tonight, I said, I think Craig knows everybody.
I think so too.
Almost.
Hey, Craig, do you do most of your sawing on site, or you got a yard?
No, I'm right on site. I've got my both my mills are right at my residence.
Okay, but you go around and saw.
I can. I've been so busy the last few years. I haven't done anything mobile.
So what do you do with all your slab wood?
Burn it.
Burn it? Is there a
Yeah.
market for it?
A little bit. A
little
lot
bit.
of some of the folks like it because I just process it through an old radial arm saw. It's cut on both ends. It's never too big. It's always super dry. So usually the women of the houses love it because they want their drinking fire and they want it to burn right now. They don't want to wait. So being smaller stuff, it works pretty good.
Yeah. I just wonder how many people out there just burn it like that. I used to burn mountains of it, but I cut it all up and bag it and sell it now. I don't throw a stick of it away.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what we do.
I
We do that
do the
too.
same.
That's what I used to do. I used to burn mountains of it. Now I split it all up and put it in IT totes and sell it.
Yeah, some
Paul,
of the
you and Andy started doing selling it too, right, Paul?
Yeah, chopping it up and selling it.
Yeah.
Get something out of it.
What do you chop
Those are
it up
big-
with? Chainsaws?
Chainsaw
Yeah.
and a
Yeah,
rack. Yeah.
that's what we do. Yep.
Yeah.
How marketable do you think there would be a portable slab saw?
Portable
I don't know. I had years ago when I had the big mill, I had a buzz saw set up with an 8-horse engine on it that I used, or the kids used to
Right.
cut up firewood. But I don't know if a slab saw would be marketable or not.
I'd like to have one.
Go on YouTube and look up the Hud-son Wood Wizard.
Oh yeah.
There's 2 models. Hud-son doesn't build them anymore, but I build them custom. I use one in my own mill. That's what I cut it with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cat's
Hey,
meow.
I would be interested in one for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen the Mark Galici in PA that runs that circle saw mill. They've got a swing blade saw that's pretty neat that they use all to cut up their stuff.
So a man swings that saw, right? Pulls it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dangerous as heck. I got one sitting in my
Yeah.
mill if anybody wants to buy it.
Hey Craig.
Yeah.
Now look, John's down there now. He custom builds them. Here's a good question. Hey John, is that free delivery?
Free delivery of what? The Wood Wizard? Yeah, I deliver them.
Yeah, chainsaw swing arm gets old after a while.
Yeah. All right. So we got a
Yeah.
question. Have you guys ever run into issues selling due to oversaturated markets? We have 10,000 Amish, and every other one's got a sawmill 12 miles down the road. And we still manage to find a niche to sell our wood.
What is that, John Davison? What is it?
What is what?
Our
On your
niche.
niche?
Yeah.
Your niche is a
Crafters in the box.
It's a box. It's hardwood in a box. I mean, who could refuse hardwood in a box? Holy cow, that's a niche right there, boy. So you just got to find your niche. You can't sell. Yeah, the market's oversaturated, and it's probably oversaturated in live edge slabs right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to do a live edge slab, but are they kiln dry? Do you have a kiln? Can you kiln dry them? The market's oversaturated with people trying to put out 2x4s. You can't compete with that. Nobody can put out a cheaper 2x4 than the big box store. No little sawmill can. You got to have a big circle sawmill and be doing the production to do that. So, but put out a Ethan. Who else in your area is putting out a 8 3/4 inch rough sawn live edge walnut slab that's 8 inches thick? You know what I mean? Just find something that nobody else is doing. It doesn't have to be a walnut mantle.
Right.
One buys go very good.
Yeah. Don't try to compete with that oversaturated market. You can't do it. You can't. I could take my red oak right now and market for $1 a board foot and sell it and lose money. You know what I mean? And still nobody buy it because nobody wants any red oak right now. It's done. So you just got to find something that people want.
Got to find a niche.
Yep, that's my opinion.
Steve, I saw your crafter's box. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's my wife's crafter's box.
I wish we had that room. Man. Okay, John, stop. I'm gonna have to hit mute. It's your wife's box, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew John was going to come in there somewhere.
Well, he's done for the night.
Jerky.
We've even actually found things as simple as somebody that's restoring a 200-year-old house, and they have to have wall studs cut to match the ones that are in the house.
Yeah.
With a sawmill, you can actually cut whatever size studs they need. A lot of houses were built with 2x4s, actual 2x4s.
Yeah.
You can buy those at Home Depot.
I found out the quality of the stuff you're selling sells the best. That's where I get these guys around here. I mean,
yeah, and word of mouth. Do a good job for someone, and it's gonna come around.
I got an automotive shop. I've been there 26 years, and I ain't never advertised.
Yep.
It's all
How's that working? How's that working out for you right now?
hard. I'm back to work.
Tired.
Bad as I hate it.
Well, you might think it's funny, but we get a lot of repeat business. We give them a card when they come out the original time, and they keep coming back and coming back and coming back.
That's what I got. A lot of my repeat business. I sell a lot of mantles and just specialty stuff. I don't deal with 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s, and all that stuff.
No, well, only if it's requested.
Requested, yeah. But other than that, I just do specialty stuff like
last
that.
year we were 2x6'd out by fencing. So
Yes.
I just cut some 56-inch wide cherries on that circular milk and the cookies. That was fun, Craig.
Say that again.
Fun.
Yeah. 56-inch wide cherries, 5 inches thick.
5 inches? Are you kidding?
Nope.
Holy.
But there was 56-inch wide, and our mill's only cut 36-inch wide. That was fun, twisting that thing around, cutting, twisting it around, cutting.
We just had a customer come out today. He wanted what, Rick? 22-inch wide by 3-inch thick, 8 foot long for a headboard and a footboard.
Right. Headboard and a footboard for a queen size bed. That's the pile of stuff you saw, Craig, that I sent a picture of it to.
Okay. Yeah.
That was what was left after we cut out what he wanted.
I found out once you start that specialty stuff that nobody else will do, then that's the word of mouth that starts rolling it in.
Oh yeah, a couple of the bigger mills around my location, they give out my number all the time because they just don't they don't have time for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
They're just trying to keep you. They're just trying to keep you busy, Craig, so you'll leave them alone.
Yeah, I bought logs. Sometimes I buy logs from them, depending on. Sometimes they get some ponderosa in or something different.
Northwest PA Firewood says, I didn't know cherry logs got that big.
Yeah,
Tell
we
them how
didn't
big they
either.
get, Paul. Paul, tell them how big they get.
Very big.
Wow.
This one we got was like 42 inches.
42 inches.
Yeah.
How many pallets does that make, Paul?
Very pretty ones.
This is the biggest cherry I've ever seen around here. It was huge. And I don't know where the guy got it from.
Paul, most of yours are black cherry, right?
Oh yeah, black cherry. Yeah.
All of our cherries are small around here.
Yeah, ours aren't real big. If I end up with a 56-inch cherry, I'm going to be in handcuffs because it probably came off of state land.
In upstate New York, Northwest.
There should be one on my old sawmill, the Norwood, where there was like a 60-inch cherry on there.
Yeah.
You see me on there taking the chainsaw to the side of it, trying to fit that 36-inch Norwood. I about gave up on that. It was just tough.
All right, so I see John Faber's moving around a little bit, so I think he can talk now. I'm going to ask a question, see if he freezes up. You cut a bunch of pine. Were you marketing that pine, John?
Actually, I'm sawing it out for a house to go to Iowa.
Wow.
I got a trucker friend and he needs a house built, so we bought the lumber to take out there to Iowa and build his house.
Wow.
Nice. It's cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep.
That's
all stacked up nice. White pine.
Yeah, white pine's a beautiful wood to work with as long as you don't cut it in the spring.
Yeah.
John, that's bucking saw you was talking about. Is that on the website?
It's on YouTube. You have to go to.
I should ask a question.
I had to ask a question.
I had to ask a question.
I found it.
Way to go, Steve. Way to go, Steve.
I'm sorry.
I think he called it a whiz. All right. What was the name of that on YouTube? Whiz saw, whiz wheel?
Whiz bang.
Whiz bang.
Wizard.
Wood Wizard. There we go.
Wood Wizard. That was it.
Andy listens very well.
Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, Hud-son doesn't build it anymore, but John does.
Yeah.
I ran across a video from 8 years ago on it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Was it like-
You're not now, John.
What is it, like a big chop saw? Is that Wood Wizard like a big chop saw, Paul?
It looks like a conveyor belt with a big chop saw, yeah.
I'll tell you, we throw our slab wood into a rack, cut it up with a chainsaw, and thankfully we got one guy, he comes out and buys it by the pickup truckload, and he's real good about getting it. I don't know what he does with it. I don't care, but we get rid of our wood.
I was telling Craig, he comes out and cleans up everything real nice, him and his family.
Does a
Yeah,
great job.
Send him over here.
Well, if you want to sell it to him, $25 a truckload, I'm sure he'll take it.
Give it to him for $5.
Oh, there you go.
For free.
Well, if you paid for his gas, I bet he'd do it. So what is that Andy put up there? Is that for the whiz saw, Paul?
I believe it's for the Wood Wizard, yeah.
Wood Wizard?
The Hud-son.
So there's a link to it. Oh, John's back. See if we can get him in here.
Hud-son has that. I like that bundler they have.
If you have to bundle it, that's too much work.
I know a lot of guys that do the bundling.
Yeah. Especially firewood.
The bags are
Yeah,
getting popular too.
Are they?
Yeah.
So how many
Well, I'm
cords
back. I
of
don't know
wood?
if you can hear me or not.
Perfect. As long as they don't ask you a question, you'll be okay.
Just shake your
Right.
hand, yes or no.
Yeah.
Is
How
that
many-
the, is
How
that
many
the,
cords of slabwood do you think you cut up so far, Paul?
Oh God.
is that the
Probably
wood wizard?
5 face cord so far.
Yeah.
John, is that the wood wizard that Steve's holding up there?
You asked him a question.
All he got to do is shake his head, yes or no.
He's deer hunting.
Was that Craig?
I don't
Did
think
you
so.
did you ding somebody, Craig?
No. I heard it.
Ding.
So that's a stationary unit. You can get them mounted on a trailer too. Makes them portable.
Oh, is
There
that
you
it,
go.
Craig?
I like that.
Yeah.
Sold the Still 362C and kept the Husky. Now
If you
that's
bag
real
the
cute.
slab wood right up, it's easy to handle and sell. You ain't got to stack it or nothing. Put it right in the bags.
Man, that's nice.
So, Chris, you sold the brand new or you sold the new Husky or Still already, huh?
Should've
Yeah, I
sold
like
Husky.
my Rancher. Paul, you guys still got that Husqvarna too, right?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Husqvarna.
That's
There.
far enough.
I gotta say it right. I got one that came through.
Chain and mangled it up the other day.
So are they still selling these, John? Or they quit selling them? I asked the question.
I think John says he built them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mostly build them for custom, whatever you want.
Where do you find all the time to do everything you do?
At nighttime. That's why I don't do Facebook and all that stuff.
If you don't have to sleep, if you don't have to sleep, you can get a lot done.
Well, if you only sleep 4 hours a day, you can get a lot done.
Amen.
Nope.
Yep, I agree.
Isn't that what Trump said he gets 4 hours a day?
Yeah,
Yep.
I've had to slide up to 5 now. I'm getting older.
It
Any
feels
more
good
than
to get 5 once in a while, yeah.
Any more than that, and you're hurting.
Yeah.
I have a pup that says differently.
I think John's about the oldest.
3 hours, that's all you get, Dad.
You think I'm the oldest? Is that what you said?
Well, he didn't say you're the ugliest, so.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you, Steve.
I know I'm the best looking, and probably the youngest one here.
Now you're retired, aren't you, John?
Which John you
Talking to me?
No, I know John Faber's not retired.
Me, I'm retired. I've been retired for years. I've been retired for 20 years. I've been retired for 20 years now.
So that must put you somewhere around 80, right?
And,
77.
well, I retired at 35. So there you go. I'm 55 right now.
How the hell do you retire at 35?
If math was too good for you, 20 years plus 35, that makes 55. I'm 55. So I'll do the math for you.
I don't think so, Davison.
What don't you think? That's what I am. I retired at 35.
No, that's what Sawbucks is saying. I just reading it.
Oh, and I retired at 35, and I'm 55.
No. You
I mean, maybe I'm 56. I don't know. Somewhere in there. I think it's 55.
It's awful
But-
young.
What
You
deck?
can argue how old I am all you want, but nobody's arguing that I'm the best looking one here. I know that. Nobody can argue that one, right? Nope.
That's why you're the only one on the calendar.
That's right.
All
right.
12. Hey, all 12 months.
I didn't think there was that many poses.
I think it's time he gets an eye exam.
Yeah. What century was you born, John?
Century. I was born in the shit.
Uh,
All right. Anyway. Are we supposed to be
So,
talking about hauling
yeah,
logs to Sawmill?
safely to the mill, yeah. So, hey, John, if you can go long enough, you can talk about the winches that Hudson has.
Say that again. The
I
what?
said if you can last long enough, you can talk about the winches that Hudson has for the tractors.
Oh, the skidding winches. Yeah, we got them all the way up from 25 horsepower tractors all the way up to 100 horse or above. The M winches are the manual ones. You run them with the ropes. They're more like a farmy. They beat a farmy hands down though because we got the easy release brake on them. The farmy has that ratchet. You got to pull that rope. Sometimes they can get stuck. That's the only reason I ever looked at Uniforest, and I bought one, and it's been a godsend because it comes with 265 feet of cable. The hydraulic winches I'm going to invest in next because I'm getting older and it's just that much easier. I'm going to get an H Pro winch, I do believe. The H Pro despools the cable for you, so you ain't even got to pull the cable off the drum. It
Oh, that's
spits it right out on the ground when you hold the button down. The H winch, it releases it, but you still got to pull it off the drum. So, but it's a lot nicer than having to walk back to the tractor and having to pull the rope. You can walk right back with the hitch as you go. So you basically go out, make your hitch, and then come back with the hitch. You don't have to walk ahead of it and go up to the tractor. So much nicer. Saves a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of walking. If you're going up the hills, it's a lot nicer too.
Yeah, some of those skidding winches I've seen, they're really nice. Paul and Andy have one, right, Paul?
Yeah, the 35M was using it today. Works great. Saves a lot of time. Does take a little work walking back and forth, as John says, but it's worth it.
Yeah, they're worth their weight in gold. I wish I'd have
Yeah.
bought one 20 years before.
Now, John, the only problem I got with it is that trailer hitch they put on there that you can take on and off.
Yeah,
I wish I had a 2-inch receiver or something in there instead.
yours got that 2-pin system on it, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The bigger one's got just the 1 pin drops in from the top like they should be made. I put it that way.
Mhm.
That's just made for light duty.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that was an older winch too. The newer ones I think have the pin in them now, the 35Ms, just like the big ones.
Oh, nice.
Might have to upgrade, Paul.
Yeah,
Is
you
there
might
an
see me over
adapter
there
you
Tuesday.
What's
We
that?
got plenty in stock. We keep well stocked on them. We sell a lot of them.
Mhm.
Is there an adapter you can get for it, Paul, or have made adapter?
No, it's a little weird how it hooks up to the winch.
Oh, okay.
It's more to take like a tongue, like from a wagon or something, rather than a true ball hitch or something like that.
Oh, pinnacle hook.
No.
Okay.
You know what I seen one guy do, Paul, was he welded he left those 2 irons on there where that pin goes through, or them pins where the hitch goes in.
Mm-hmm.
He welded a regular truck receiver on there.
Mm.
So pin drops right through the top, and then it's just a short stub.
Yeah, that would be a good thing.
That way, when he picks a log up, it don't snag on it, just like the other one is.
Yeah.
Just keep a short stub there, and you probably be the easiest way to fix that. It's giving you a hard time.
Yeah. I just never use it because of that, because hard to hook
Yeah.
anything up to.
Well, it'd be a good time to learn how to weld, huh, Paul?
Yes, yeah. I'm just gonna haul it out to you guys and say, here you go.
I'll fix you up. Long way to go, though.
Yeah.
I think John's closer.
I bet he'd trade some services for some cherry, Paul.
We could work something out there. Log I just cut up with the washboard. Be yours.
Washboard.
I watched that today. I watched that today, Paul.
We're fixing up a log trailer, and I told Tim we'll leave the lights off of it until we get the cherry out of Paul and Andy's first.
What kind of log trailer are you doing?
It's a 18-foot flatbed trailer with we installed a bar on the back. I can't even think what you call it, but an arch. It
That's
picks
what
the
I got.
log, picks the log up and sets it on the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I made. I made
Yeah.
about 5 of them now.
Did you?
Yeah. So a tree service will call me and want me to fabricate it. Then
Oh,
one on
that's
that
nice.
trailer.
So
I got
how do you pull them up with electric winch?
electric winch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
You
a
see
hand
one-
winch on ours.
I got a couple videos on there of it.
No 3D.
Have
I'm
to take
building
a
I started building a dolly like you guys got.
log arch.
Oh,
Log
log
art. I got one like that. I built out of 3-inch tubing, square tubing. I started it. I just ain't finished it yet. I ain't had the time.
Well, just make sure you put the taller the tire, the better they roll over stuff, Steve.
I got 16-inch tires on it.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, you'll see. I did a couple videos on it.
I watched those, Steve. I kept waiting for you to finish it.
Huh?
I watched those videos on the logging arch. I was waiting for you to finish it. I was like, where's the next
Oh,
one?
Did you see them? The one I did?
Yeah.
Yep. I just ain't had the time to do it. I'm back to work 5 days a week, so then coming home milling on the weekend, and they just ain't got time to mess with it.
Well, that's your own fault.
I know.
If you weren't so rough on employees, you wouldn't have to do it yourself.
That's right. You got to find employees that want to put in the man at work.
Yeah, that's a little tough these days.
Yeah, no one wants to do 40 hours a week. That's all we do is 40 hours a week.
There you go, Craig. I gave you a little room so you didn't have to scoot over to the right.
Thanks.
Get away from that logo.
That's okay.
Well, I think I'm going to check out here, Rick.
Okay, John. We appreciate
All right,
you coming on.
Yeah, any other questions I can answer if I don't lose you?
I appreciate the heads up on that saw.
Yeah, give me a shout.
Yep.
Yeah,
I will.
thanks.
Yeah, we're gonna take a trip up to look at your sawmills one Friday, John. I'll give you a heads up on that.
Yeah, I wish you'd have come this Friday. I was sawing some nice big old pine.
That would have been nice too.
I'm sawing tomorrow if you want to come up.
Yeah, my days on Sunday is tied up.
It's Wifey's Day.
It's wifey's day.
It's what day?
Wifey.
White knee?
Wifey.
Wife.
Oh, life need. I see.
White meat. Yep. White
This
meat
is
day.
great.
Wife. WIFE day.
I got it.
Wifey.
Man, you guys talk about me, saying all this stuff. You guys are the wifey and white meat, and Steve's got his wifey's box on YouTube. Man, you guys are worse than I am.
Look,
We
we didn't say a
You
word
guys
to
put-
you, John.
hardwood in your crafter's box. It's not always me. I'm just saying. You guys
Well,
bring it on yourself.
John, we ain't said a word to you. Now we've been leaving you be.
I know, and I can't hold it in any longer. You guys talking dirty on here. I held it in as long as I could.
Oh no!
guys
Now you
just
get
sit
now
there
you open the
talking
door
dirty.
for Steve.
And then blame me, you know.
I can tell
There
you,
goes Steve.
I can tell you right now, John, from experience, softwood in the box doesn't move.
I'm not experienced in that. I only have hardwood in my boxes.
Softwood in the box
Like I
don't
said,
move.
Nope.
Nice meeting you, John.
All right, guys, been nice chatting tonight. Anyways,
Thanks for coming on, John.
Thanks for stopping by, John. Appreciate it.
all right, y'all take care and happy sawing, man. Stop by Hud-son if you get a chance.
We'll be in
All
touch.
right.
My favorite place.
Take care, guys.
See you
Bye.
later.
See you, bye.
That's too bad he doesn't have better internet service.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish he did.
Yeah, that's not going to work. That's
Wasn't
you know.
wasn't as bad as the guy on Log Ox though.
Zach.
Zach.
Oh yeah. But
felt-
when he was live and he did that whatever,
They're working
resale
off the.
course.
They're working on the Wi-Fi at Hud-son.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
When he did that resale for us, it was good. That was a good channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
where he is at.
outside, too.
Where he is right now, he's trying to work off the cell phone, and I imagine he's probably only got 1 or 2 bars of 4G.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
he
why
was
he
out-
was doing that.
and he was outside too, remember?
Yeah.
Probably got better
Well-
internet outside.
Well, no, it was Hud-son. He was on Hudson's. He was at the Hud-son place when he was doing
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
He was on their Wi-Fi, but where he is now, he's out in past Boonville. They have no internet, and I guess they don't have like Craig and I have Starlink. So
Yeah, he's out. He's like everybody, like us. He's out in the boonies.
How do you like Starlink?
I love it.
Love it.
I haven't had not one problem with it.
No, same here. We've had it for just over a year.
I've only had mine for 2 months, I think, but I like it. I mean, it's faster than cable. I can't believe that. I can't get over that.
Our Wi-Fi just keeps going up, 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 and just ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I was just paying from Spectrum. I was paying $103 just for cable, period. I mean, internet, no TV. I mean, no nothing, you know. So, and Starlink, I'm paying $120. Is that what you're paying, Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah, $120, and it's
Yeah.
$20 more. I don't ever lose service. Our power would go out, we'd lose cable. You know, even if I run the generator, we lost cable. So I mean, with the Starlink here, I won't lose cable. I won't lose internet. You know,
See,
when I
that's what
fire
I'm
up
on.
the generator.
I'm on Cox cable here, and
Yeah.
our
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
phone's $100 a month.
You're making it too easy on me.
come on, Steve.
VOX.
Oh, good Lord.
That's COX. guys.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
But it's 130 a month, and that's the bare minimum.
See, you'd be better off on Starlink, you know? Once you set it up, I mean, it takes a little bit. I mean, it took mine probably a week to map everything.
Yeah.
But right from the get-go, I was getting like 120 megabytes minimum, you know, of input output. And from cable, we were only getting what 35, Rick,
Yeah, for that.
from Spectrum. So I mean, and their excuse was because we live so far out in the country, we don't have fiber optics, yada yada yada. You want to buy the 300 for 150? No, you can't even give me 100. You know, so
I know.
Crazy.
I'm supposed to have Gigablast on mine.
Gigablast
Yeah. 1,000.
from Cox Cable, you're supposed to have Gigablast.
Yeah, that's what I got, Gigablast.
Okay.
But you don't get it. You don't get nowhere close to it.
Me? Oh, you. Yeah,
Me.
but you're in a pretty populated area, aren't you?
No, not really. I'm outside of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris says he's got government-run Ethernet. If you get outside New York City, we don't have any government.
Yeah.
We're not represented at all up here at all.
Steve, I think I paid. They had a special when I bought it. It was $2.99 for the satellite, and then I got my first month. It was only $20, I think. Introductory offer, and then it was 120 after that. Is that what you did too, Craig?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Close to that.
So, yeah, my first month was only like $20, and then the next one was 120. But yeah. And I think if you refer people and give them their name, both you and the person who referred you also get like $20 a month. So,
See what you did, Steve?
Yeah, I know.
oh no, he locked up.
It ain't hurt my feelings.
John turned into a stone.
Yeah. What do you want?
Nice job. Nice job.
So
Yeah, I looked on the other day. I was looking at Starlink on there.
I love it. You know, I wish I did it a lot sooner. I just can't wait till the power goes out. Nobody has cable here, but Tim will.
Yeah.
I'll be texting Craig and Rick won't have nothing. I'll be, hey, Craig, what's up? Rick can't talk to you.
No, you got generator. You got generator backup.
Yeah. So Rick will be on his radio. Hey, are you talking to Craig? Sure am. Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Why? What are you gonna do?
I just sit on your back porch. I'll be there.
No, you don't have to do that. Just go out by the pond.
Yeah, I just go out by the pond.
Wow, the hardware went for as much as $700. I don't know. I mean, the most I've seen it was like $350 for the
back when I did it was like $6.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
I
I
just happened to get it right. It was $2.99.
Yeah.
They're doing an introductory offer.
Yeah,
When I
you got a deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I looked at the
And
other day, it was 600.
And if you're in the hurricane area, you get them for free, right?
Yeah.
Elon Musk was giving them to him for free, I think.
Yeah. He was even
Free,
handing out phones.
That's cool. So, oh, John's back.
You had to recover.
I'll be back.
What's
I
the matter,
recovered.
John? You had to go
I
recover?
recovered. Yep. I'm gonna get you guys off the talking dirty subjects. We're gonna go back to the hazards of hauling logs to the sawmill.
All right, where's your questionnaire? Go ahead. Speed round. Go.
No, we're not doing a speed round. We're gonna do. We got the barber chair. We got all the way to the barber chairs.
Oh.
We've had a few of those.
How about and then you got to watch for widowmakers. Not to be talking dirty or
Widowmakers,
anything.
yep.
We've had one of those.
You know, and you know the thing is you got to look into the other trees too. You know, for the widowmakers, where the tree's falling. You know, because those can kick back and get you too.
Absolutely.
And then the other one for the I had for the tree felling was, man, if you just have, I mean, even a basic first aid kit, you know, out there with you, just a small little one attached to your ATV, a small little one in your truck, you know what I mean? That can help out a lot, you know, in some of those situations. Just some gauze and stuff.
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher with you, you know, all the time. I mean, man, that chainsaw can throw some sparks into dry sawdust and you're in trouble.
Yep.
You know, probably not so much in the Adirondacks, you know, where it's always humid, but, you know, out there where in Utah, man, you dry spark from the chainsaw.
Yeah. I've got my wells right close to my mill too. I've got plenty of water sitting around too, just in case. Can't be too safe.
That's
And
true.
then,
Paul, you don't have
then
you don't have water or you don't have electric or anything out there, do you?
Not by the mill site, no.
Yeah.
The
I
houses
seen your
across the
fire
road.
extinguisher out there.
I'm sorry?
I think I've seen your fire extinguisher out there.
Yeah.
I ran water and electric down to mine.
Mm.
I got our power company, Virginia Power, ran mine 500 and some feet for like $600.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, and that's my own separate power, my own meter and everything.
Hmm.
It's separate from the house. I got 200 amp service down there.
I don't know.
Now you on National Grid, Paul?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they'll run 100 feet for free.
But the mill being on the other side of the road from the house makes it a little difficult as well. The house on one side, mill's on the other.
Yeah, but I mean they'll stick.
It'll be a totally separate service.
Yeah, it'll be a different service, but they'll stick a pole in, and I think they'll go in 100 feet from the road for free.
Mm. Might look into it.
Yeah, they want. Yeah, because they did mine. I think the 100 foot was free, is what they was talking. Then they did a little over all the way 500, almost 500 feet to mine, and it was $600. And they set the meter and everything.
Huh? I don't think it'd be that free, but
Yeah,
that cheap.
and that was all underground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely
Well, it's
underground
good.
way to go.
If they'll come in 100 feet, Paul, you could set up a pole
Temporary pole.
and a meter box hooked to it, and then bury your own cable from there to the mill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got a backhoe for the New Holland, so that works.
Yep.
You know, John,
What?
you talk about first aid kits. I got pinned by a tree a couple of years ago, and the only thing I needed and wanted was somebody else with a chainsaw real fast.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Extra chainsaw.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
the thing was, is his wife and me both would holler at him for going up cutting trees down by himself. It's like, no, you don't need to. But you know, he was lucky I was there with him that day.
That was the only time I ever got pinned by a tree.
I found one of the safest safety features or safety ideas is patience. Hung up trees, or trees that are bent over and broke off and hung up. If they're not endangering something, they're just out in the woods. I'll let them sit for a week or a month till hopefully a storm comes and takes them.
We did that with an ash that sat there a year.
A year. At some
Yeah,
point,
we-
you might go do it, but
And it went through winter, summer, snow, rain, hurricanes, tornadoes, and it still didn't drop.
Well, Paul, you could pour yours back with that winch you got, couldn't you?
most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, me and Mother Nature are on the same schedule.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, John, what close calls have you run into?
I had my ankle pinned up under a tree in the Adirondacks that wouldn't fall up there in New York. It was actually already down, and I was it wasn't down, but it was kind of standing straight up, and I was sawing up the limbs, and it just did a 360 and twisted all the way around and fell right back on me. You
Seen
thought
that
it was
before.
going the other way, and it came right back on me. They pulled the limb. It wasn't a big limb. It didn't break my ankle or anything, but I couldn't move. I couldn't have got out by myself.
Right.
Well, that's what scares me when he cuts, and that tree starts doing this number here, and I'm like, move, because I'm way back off with the camera filming, and he just walks right around the tree, and I'm like, get away, but he won't.
Actually, the safest place when you're knocking down a tree is right next to it.
Hey, Tim, you know what to get him? One of them electric dog shot collars.
I've got one of those, Steve.
Hey,
I got a couple of them.
sounds like
But
need
you
to
know what?
put one on
No.
his ankle.
No, he just sit there and go, okay. Oh, I'm not moving. Do it again. I dare you. You know, he's hard headed.
No,
He
it's not.
says,
It's not hard headed. The safest place to be is close to the tree. You can walk around the tree to get out of its way. If you're running and you're 30 feet away from the tree
Right.
and it falls your way, it's going to hit you like a fly swatter.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
No,
No,
I
you're
can
right.
I can understand that. Yep.
okay, so
just-
example, tree is turning on the stump like this. How is that safe being right there? You don't know where the tree's going to fall.
Exactly, but you haven't got enough
Yeah,
time to
but-
get away from it either.
Right. If you're 100 feet away and you're running, and the tree's coming down right in your area, you got.
Well,
a
that's usually me that's running because
Yeah, you got a longer area to get out of. If it's right there by the stump, all you got to get out of is the log. If you're 100 feet away, you got to get out of the way of all the limbs coming down and all the limbs of the other trees coming down too.
well, that's what scares me is dead tops.
Yep.
We've
Well,
only
them
actually
coming out.
actually had 2 trees walk on the stump.
Well, we've been fairly lucky not to have any dead tops other than that one that came out. That wasn't
Yeah.
that was a birch or beech.
Yeah, it was a beech tree that was 30 feet away.
Thank God we had our helmets on. That's all I know.
Yeah, there you go. A helmet.
Looking up is key.
Yeah.
Looking
Well,
up
no,
Yep.
Watching your surroundings.
clearing debris out of your freaking run zone, or
Yep.
I agree with
something
that.
to
Yep.
snag your boot or your pant leg.
Yeah, the only time I've ever had a tree bounce back at me like that is if you're cutting trees down in a storm damaged area. Then you run into trees that have got tension on them, and yeah, they'll bounce bad.
Or
Rick,
who's ever cut a tree off a root ball? Watch
I
it
had-
stand back up. Boing.
Rick, I had a tree one time about 23, 25 inches round, about 60 foot long. I cut it and notched it. The wind, just all of a sudden, the wind blew it out of nowhere. It jumped about 3 foot off from the stump and went straight down. I had to cut it down again.
Yeah, I lost a good saw that way. I had a 100-foot spruce I was cutting down. It was probably 38, 39 inches at the butt, and the saw got hung up in it because the wind kept blowing and the tree kept backing up on it. And then it broke loose and started twisting on the stump walking. I'm like, well, I'm out of here. And the damn thing fell right, came off the stump and landed right on the saw.
Hmm.
Squashed it just squashed the saw. My best saw. I like that saw. It was Echo.
Did that with my still too, remember?
Yeah.
Had to rebuild the still.
We
Steel.
had a hemlock tree walk on the stump recently, and I was getting a lot of controversy on the comments, but that tree had nothing near it. It was standing by itself, no wind. There was absolutely no reason for that tree to walk, and it did.
Yeah.
It twisted right around the stump, probably not quite 360 degrees, but unbelievable.
You got it, Andy. Wild thing. That's my sawmill saw.
The wild thing is actually the oldest saw that I have.
Yeah. I tell you what I really like. I like my little arbor saw. I used the fire out of that thing.
My neighbor had one of them wild things from Walmart.
Yeah.
He ran
That's where we got them.
the crap out of that thing forever.
We still are 20 years old.
Yep. Yeah, that thing was tough.
Well, we don't run the crap out of them anymore. They're the sawmill saw now. They cut knots off and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Green
Craig,
and purple.
those
Yep.
big trees out by you, how tall do they get?
They can push 100 feet.
Yeah. Now what's the main species there you get?
Spruce.
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 Sitka spruce. Is it Sitka spruce or just spruce?
It's Engelmann.
Engelmann spruce.
Yeah.
Where do they? You don't have any Sitka spruce in your area?
No.
I don't know where they get Sitka spruce from. Do you?
West, out west.
You're out west.
The Sitka spruce are out west.
I said
Further
you're out
west.
west.
Yeah,
Further
well,
west.
kind of. West Coast.
He's in
West Coast.
Utah. There's Utah and then west.
West of Utah.
Okay.
There you go.
So I don't know. Yeah, dropping trees can be pretty dangerous sometimes.
Yep.
Always good to have somebody with you when you're doing it, I guess.
That's
Or
my
good
firm
cell
belief.
phone. Some safety backup.
I agree. The worst is the barber chair when they explode. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or have
Who's
a
got a-
rod. Or have a
who's
rotted
got a-
out trunk.
Yep. Who's got a fire crackling? You, Craig?
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh,
all
okay.
It's all that dry wood.
I thought either somebody's breaking wood or something.
No, it's a fireplace.
Okay.
That's
Is
a
it
lot of
cold?
snapping.
Is it cold there?
It's like 24 last night.
24. Holy cow.
Well, we've been down in the
That's
teens
nasty.
last couple of nights.
Yeah, we got down to 17 Thursday night.
Yep.
Thursday
Oh
night.
my God.
We
I'm
have
not ready
any-
for
Paul,
that,
you-
guys.
Paul,
We haven't
you're
had
probably
any-
that cold too, right?
Paul's on mute. He's trying to talk, but
Yep. Cold nights, but at least been getting warming up during the day around 50 or so, 45.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can help Paul. You're not talking, Paul. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. That's better.
Trying to get
Did the
Fenway to
sign
calm
language
down.
help?
Joe Main says 55. 24? What the hell? There's one for you, Rick.
What's that? Hemlock is the most balanced tree to cut. I always use a wedge on the back. Yes, we used a wedge on this one. We cut a lot of hemlock down. I think they're one of the most aggravatingest trees to cut down because there's so many limbs on them. They just catch everything. But we had one that was standing alone and it walked on the stump. No reason whatsoever for it to do it, but it did.
Steve said 32 in Denver. That's mile high, too.
I think I just looked at mine and said 48.
48.
I think that's what mine does.
we're cooling down next week. It'll be nice and cool. Get out there.
I think John said a bunch of wind over here. Thanks, John.
You say,
Huh?
does the wind
I
ever
said
die
we-
down out there, John?
I think you sent a bunch of wind over here. We had a real windy day today.
Yeah, it's been calm here. I sent it out there. For sure. For sure. We're talking like snow next week or something, I heard.
Well, you can have it.
What's
We don't
that?
need it. The snow.
What's that?
What's that? It's frozen water. It's really fun. It'll be good for deer season.
I think I've seen that on
Craig?
TV.
You know?
Yes.
Craig, there's a question for you.
Yes, sir. A lot of it.
What am
So-
I hearing?
It sounds like Rick talking.
Back on the getting logs to the mill and the snow. Drop the add snow
Right.
into it makes it even more interesting.
Right on the saw.
Yeah, somebody got their phone on, probably Steve. Yeah,
Oh, that was Steve watching that. Okay.
watching it on the phone. He's
What
probably
were you watching?
football on the
Two
phone.
Brothers Outdoors?
I think that's the two clowns I was looking at there.
Oh, Two Clowns Outdoors. I got you.
Oh, they're on here. Where am I at? It came up on there.
Who's got the big shoes?
John.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, logging in the snow is sure is a different creature.
Yeah, it is. Actually, sawmilling logs that have ice on them can be pretty
Mm-hmm.
perilous too.
Yeah, they
Frozen
move
logs.
around about the deck.
Yeah. Greg, a lot of the trees that you mill are got big check marks in it. Does that present a problem for you?
No. I just rotate up to where the biggest check in the log is facing up, so I start cutting it off with my first cut.
Now a lot of the trees you get are standing deadwood, right?
Correct.
Bugs don't get into those.
They've already been there if they were there.
Been there and been left.
Yeah.
Been there and left.
But they don't get into the wood, just the bark.
Yeah, they just get in between the bark and the sapwood, and then they're out of there.
So, just to ask you guys something and see if you know, Paul, you probably know it, or Andy. We had a customer come out today and said he had bought some slab wood from somebody, and he had bugs all in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that borax mixture would kill if you sprayed
May.
borax?
It may kill them and at least keep them coming back. But
Keep coming back.
Yeah, I don't know what it was infested with, but
mm,
we had heard that borax solution would kill them. I'm not sure if it will or not.
Well, what's he going to use the slab wood for?
Signs.
Signs. He paints signs on them.
He said he
Oh,
painted.
signs.
He said he painted a sign for somebody, and then sawdust started falling out of it, and they had larvae under the bark on the sign. I think he was probably dealing with pine, though.
Take the bark off.
Pine beetle.
Yeah,
probably.
Take the bark off.
Craig, Ravens Ridge is asking, is standing deadwood typically more stable after milling?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. Less moisture. Way less.
Well, you live in a real dry area anyway, right?
Very. Yeah, I'm in the driest part of the country, actually.
So milling all that dead wood, that's probably harder on your blades too, isn't it?
Oh, it kind of certain situations it can be depending on the logs. If there's a lot of knot clusters and such, it can be. But
Yeah.
I find that I just I get chatter marks from not having my band loaded, which means I'm not pushing it hard enough. But
Gotcha.
if I push it too hard, I'll start to wave. I can start to wave. So
Right.
I'd prefer having some saw marks and having flat wood.
Absolutely.
So there's kind of a balancing act I got to do between the dry stuff and my feed rate. I know Eric's I've argued with him several times about the good night, bud. The wood's not the sawmill wasn't built to cut dry wood. Well, it is, but milling green stuff and dry stuff, it's a different animal.
Here's your chance to promote your channel, Craig. Steve wants to know what's your channel.
Oh, Kilted Sawyer.
No, not killing.
Kilted.
Kilted Sawyer.
The Kilted Sawyer.
There you go.
Sounded like you said killing a Sawyer.
No,
All about killing Sawyers.
my wife tells me I'm worth more alive than dead.
So, Craig, you're not working on building your channel at all, or?
Oh, well, I went through a couple cameras. I was using a couple old phones, and I broke a couple tripods. A couple phones went down. I just haven't. I just haven't had the time to do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't
I
want
know
to do it
exactly what you
half-assed.
mean.
I don't want to do it half-assed, but I want to, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, it takes quite a bit. I mean,
Yeah, it's a
lot.
commitment. It's
You
a
know.
commitment.
We're lucky there's two of us, you know, because one of us could be camera, the other one can actually be sawyer or cutter or
Yeah, I tried.
pulling logs out.
I'm trying to get in the habit of getting a camera set up to where at least I'm filming some content to where I can edit it and put it out. That's kind of what I did in the beginning. I had my wife was doing all my editing before, which made it kind of easy. Then she kind of got bored.
She said enough.
Yeah.
No
paying
more,
her
Craig.
enough.
Stop. I don't want to do this no more.
My honeydew list got longer.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can
there you go.
imagine.
When you're working every day like that and trying to, sometimes you ain't got time.
Yeah, no, if it,
No,
I
you
mean,
I've always said that, you know, you can either, unless you've got two guys, like, you know, two brothers outdoors, you know, that's really handy.
Yeah.
But you can either,
and when you're retired, Rick,
yeah,
Yep.
you can either work or you can YouTube, you know.
yeah.
You can either film a video or you can do some work, you know, and it's so hard to do both.
Joe Main never did post his number. Hey, Joe, if you're still in here, can you post your phone number for these folks?
I was gonna say,
He had
Should be able
texted
to
me he was
find
going to
it.
do it again.
What's that?
Good.
He had texted me he was going to put it out there again.
All right. I didn't say it the first time.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
tell
it's
you.
hard-
I don't have it.
It's
Filming-
hard. One guy doing the channel and trying to keep it up. In my book, I mean, I just don't.
Filming for YouTube is even a pain in the neck for two people. I mean, it takes a lot of time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
People don't realize how much time it actually takes.
Yeah.
That's like Michael Wilson Forsland. I don't know where he gets the time at.
who?
Michael Wilson Forsland.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Well-
he bombs some videos on there.
yeah.
I filmed cutting one
that's
tree
what he
on
does.
over 3
You know
hours.
what I mean? That's what he does. That's his work.
Yeah.
That's his work now. Yeah.
That's his work. That's what he does. He's
Yeah.
not trying to saw logs for a living. He's not trying to do automotive work for a living. He's not trying to do it like two brothers do a job and then, you know, Sawmill part time and do a YouTube channel. He's doing a YouTube channel, and that's his work.
Yep.
And that's just part of what I'm saying. You know, you can YouTube, or you can have a job. You know,
Yep.
but if you make YouTube your job, you're fine. But you can't. Whatever, you can't. I was telling the farmer, you know, he was like, "Oh, I'd like to, you know, film the, you know, some of the combine and put some of these videos on there. I watch them on YouTube. They're pretty cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you can't farm." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, that guy riding in that combine, you know, is picking 1,000 acres, but he's making more on YouTube." I said, his job isn't farming anymore. His job is YouTube videos,
Right.
you know, and that's what he does, you know. And he probably hires out his farming.
Yeah. Michael's got some great videos.
Oh, Michael
He can.
is a storyteller, and he knows how to put out a video, you know. And yeah, if anybody doesn't know who we're talking about, Michael Wilson's Forestland, he's usually on here with us. Go to his channel. It's worth checking out. I mean, I watched some of his videos thinking,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just going to sit down. I've got 5 minutes, you know, I'll watch, you know, part of one of his videos. Man, you find yourself like, you know, 17 minutes into the video, and you're like, wow, I still don't want to leave. You
Yep.
know, he
Yeah, he
knows
does
how to
great
do it.
videos.
Yeah, he's a good storyteller.
Yep.
Tim Joe's text. He said he's trying to post that.
Yeah. I see where it sent me I see where you sent me a text, Greg.
Okay.
It's after 10 o'clock. I told you not to do that.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm just messing with you. Whose channel is he trying to post it on? Who's he under?
I'm not sure.
Can you text him and see who he's under?
Yeah.
Well, just read his number off, and then you won't even have to type it out.
Yeah. John can put it in there.
I got it if you want it.
Yep, just read it off.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
He's on
Put it
Two
in there.
Brothers. He says he's on Two Brothers.
Well, it should be coming through, and I don't know why it's not coming through.
Yeah.
Is it that 229-563-1172?
Go ahead and punch that in there, Steve, if you would. Joe Main.
11 what? 1162?
1172.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. I don't know why it's not coming through. That's crazy. I saw where he came in there and said hello, and that was it.
There you go.
He said, last thing I saw, it said 24 and it's 55 here. That's the last thing I saw from Joe at 10:14.
Yeah, he's given permission to post it.
Okay, good.
Good
Yeah.
thing. A little late.
We'll be doing some backpedaling.
No, MSD will be doing backpedaling.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And that's for Joe Main, guys. The 229-563-1172 is for Joe Main.
He's in Georgia.
Georgia, correct.
Where it's 55 degrees right now.
Yeah. He rubs that in with me quite a bit.
Now he has he's Wood Miser certified, you said, Greg?
Yep, sells wood
Yeah,
miser blade.
yeah, he's 100% wood miser.
So he has the Turbo 7s and the double hards and the
Anything
all
wood
that?
miser. Yeah, he can sell anything wood miser.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got him doing a lot of mobile stuff.
Gotcha.
He's delivering a setter down to a buddy down in Mississippi here after Thanksgiving. And he had just, I think he had texted me the other day saying that Southeast Metals had bought a roll of wood miser bands.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so Southeast Metal can sell wood miser bands, or I'm not sure which one. Probably the double hards.
Cool.
There you go. There you go.
All right, guys. Well, we're coming up on 10:30
Hmm.
for some of us, anyway.
It's past some of you old guys' bedtime, isn't it?
We might have a box to take care of.
Yeah, I don't have a box to take care of. That's for sure.
Apparently not.
Nope. I gotta take care of my own hardwood. I gotta do it myself.
Sounds like a personal problem, John.
It is very much a personal problem. Very much is.
See, that's all you young bucks don't know how to handle it.
Okay, so Ravens Ridge, we do this the third Saturday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you got that. Third Saturday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here.
What the hell's
Always
that,
welcome to chime in.
Rick?
Yes.
I mean, Tim, what's that Nightbot?
That's ours. It does it automatically.
The Nightbot?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
okay.
okay. Well, I mean, is that a program or something?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a program.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the same one. When you type in Sawmill, it puts up your YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
It does our channel up there random sometimes, so subscribe to it.
All right, guys. Well, what do you say we say goodbye?
All right.
We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We had great conversation.
Goodbye, guys. Hey, thanks for having me.
Don't go anywhere yet. Remember?
I'm not going anywhere.
Nobody go anywhere yet.
All right, Ethan. Hope you find what you're looking for. And good luck with Sawmill. Let us know how you make out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
All right,
you
guys.
Or if you have any questions, you can get back on here next month and ask us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure you ask Steve. He don't talk too much. Wrong way.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody that came along. And until next third Saturday of next month, we will catch you on that one.
Bye-bye now.
Until then, we'll see you later.
We want to thank everybody for stopping by the show tonight. And remember, it's the third Saturday of every month that we all gather and are on the show. See you later, guys.